Think we're live again. So hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream. My name is Matthew, and we're back with another stream. So this is going to be Late Night Productivity 2. Basically just, I guess, the critically acclaimed sequel to the first one, for lack of a better term. Essentially, I just wanted to kind of like start streaming again. Mainly just because, like, I do kind of find it fun to talk while I work. And if I have people to talk to, it makes it a little bit better. So, this stream probably won't be as long as the last one because that was like 2.5 hours. I wasn't expecting it to be that bloody long, in all fairness. So, yeah, enjoy this stream while it lasts. I'll say. I'm aiming for maybe at bare best like an hour. Like, at best. Reason why is, again, because like 2.5 hours of stream, especially on this little phone, yeah. On a computer, you can kind of get away with that, but on a phone, your phone does heat up. Ooh, that is a nice thing of tea. You'll actually see it tomorrow, actually later tonight, but I recorded a few advent calendar episodes, and like legit, I literally didn't burn myself, but I bumped the tea and it went all over the place. So I had to quickly clean it up. So that is a bit of an unfortunate caveat, but we are approaching the 2.5 minute mark. There's a bottle. 2.5 minute mark, which that's when YouTube's algorithm starts showing it in people's feeds around that time. So yay. So, also, I guess I might as well talk a bit more about the advent calendar, which thankfully, as of tonight, I'm officially caught up. I haven't put out the next few episodes yet. I did put out day 14, but the next few days, which are going to be day 15 and 16, are going to be out later tonight. So that's fun. Always good as well. Something I also want to eventually do is kind of like mass produce them, like film them back to back to back, because like I made mention in the previous stream, I am going to be going away. Now, if that's a good or bad thing in your guys' eyes, well, if that's a good thing that I'm going away, you go away. It's my channel, so. But of course, like, that'll prohibit me from making the stuff that I love. I won't have my figures, I won't have my Godzillas or anything like that. So unfortunately, I'd have to take a bit of a mini break. Something I also do need to do as well is film the 1985 NECA review, because I have kind of messed around with the figure a little bit, but I don't want to like mess around with it too much, like potentially scraping off some paint or do anything, because this figure is out of the box like a few days old, and it'd be really sucky if it somehow the foot broke. 2015 NES Godzilla, that foot didn't even last like a few days. Essentially what happened, if I remember correctly, was I had accidentally, was it an accident? I don't know. I dropped it from the bunk bed, and it fell. Well, obviously fall, it doesn't fly away, and it hit the foot. But the foot joint itself snapped. And usually when a foot pops off, you can just reattach it, right? No. The whole freaking peg broke. Like effectively, it's like the equivalent of a dislocation versus you snapping your own leg. Not very good either way, but still, that's essentially the human equivalent. So unfortunately, I had to glue his leg back on, and it's been glued ever since, and still is to this day. I'm kind of still surprised that that glue still is holding. Like, I'm genuinely surprised it's still there. Like, I could bring him down right now. Hello, CCD18 in chat. How's the new place? Like, I can bring him down right now. I'm not showing him on camera just because I do look like a little bit of a mess right now. But, yeah, this guy's been through a lot. His right hand, I'm guessing it also broke. I don't remember how the hand broke. But it's glued anyway, and it's at an upward angle, so it's doing like a Shin Godzilla. A lot of the paint is scuffed over the years. Like, for example, his dorsal plates are scuffed, like the top of it is scuffed. The dorsal plate behind it is scuffed. So much scuffage. The face, I mean, there is a little bit of scuffage here. And just like, one of the hands as well is missing a whole bloody fingernail. So I am going to probably be not replacing him, because this guy holds too much sentimental value. It's going good. One of my smoke alarms went off when I was in the bathroom, but nothing is on fire. Were you like taking a shower? Because I learned that the hard way, that apparently, you can call me an idiot if this is common knowledge, but apparently steam sets off smoke detectors. I didn't actually know that up until very, very recently. And I just so happened to take a shower, and then the smoke detector went beep, beep, beep. Also, I don't know who it was, the designer of the place, but some lunatic put the smoke detector like way up. Like, no human being alive today would be able to reach that. I I don't even know if Robert Wadlow, the tallest human being in existence in history, would be able to reach it. And he was like, what, 8 foot 11? Actually, how tall was he? How tall was Robert Wadlow? He was 8 foot 11. Okay. No, I think steam from my dryer went up to it. That's just something you don't foresee. But I'm glad everything's all, sorted out. But still, congrats on your new place, regardless. Even if the smoke detectors don't exactly agree with you. Think of smoke detectors as your very intolerant roommates. Or very tolerant roommates. As soon as you do the one thing that they don't like, they immediately start screaming at you. Thanks, you're welcome. I remember, like, at my old house, like, on the topic of like smoke detectors, my old house had like this. It was obviously dying, so it was low on battery, and it just kept going beep beep, like it just kept doing that all the freaking time. And eventually, I had enough to where like I literally took it off the wall and I like threw it to the ground. I was just pissed that day. All right. Just have my Google Doc here open for my script. And speaking of stuff, my heater is about to go on. There goes my heater. Anyone does not know, it's automated, so it'll blow heat, then it'll shut off, blow heat, shut off. Of course, you know, it's getting colder out there, so it's not exactly going to be the warmest out there. Like, I know a lot of people will say, like, well, what about, don't you prefer, what is it? Like, okay, let me backtrack. It's always like, it's always summer or winter. Which one do you prefer? And I don't understand how people could even prefer winter over summer, because aesthetic aside, like, how many traffic accidents do you think happen on the road each and every year about from the snow, like from blizzards? People freeze to death out there. Like, summer, yes, it gets incredibly hot. But newsflash, people, ACs exist. ACs exist. I'd rather be hot and at least have access to something that can make me cooler than get completely frozen. WTF. Oh, hello. Oh, we're just talking about winter versus summer. I just personally don't believe how people can prefer winter over summer. But that's my own personal opinion. I'm just saying, I'd rather would much be in the summertime than the wintertime. And to put a good argument in there while we're on the subject, how many more people do you think travel to warm areas around the holiday time? Like warm areas like Mexico, Brazil, Cuba, the Philippines, during the winter months, as opposed to going to colder areas in the world in the summer months. How many more people do you think travel there in hot areas in the cold months than cold areas in the hot months? That is the question I present to everyone in chat and in the world. Agree. But that aside, like actually just kind of going back to the whole discussion of travel, because I did touch upon that last live stream, how I wanted to actually go to Brazil. I really want to make it happen next year. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. I don't know how to actually like set up travel, because here's the thing. I've never been on a plane. I'll admit that. I'm willing to admit that. I've never been on a plane before. A lot of people apparently haven't. And that's fine. I'm one of them. I'm in your crowd. But I want to change that. I want to go somewhere this year. Or sorry, next year. 2026. I want to go somewhere that I've never been to before that has a completely different aesthetic. It's not too bad. You've been to Brazil before? Because if so, that's awesome. I originally was also going to consider Mexico, but I don't know. There's just something about Brazil that just lures me there, like more so than Mexico does. Then again, Mexico does have like a very hot climate within itself as well. All this like different sights to see and whatnot, places to go, things to do. And from what I know, a lot of tourism happens there. But regardless of where I go, I want to go this year. There's a lot of stuff I need to do before summertime, and I'm hoping that the few things that I can do will be to help me set up travel. because I think the last time I've ever been on like a full scale vacation, oh God, like how would I'm trying to like think. I'm trying to think like when the last time was. Went on a road trip like a few years ago, like back in 2020, 2021. But like that was just a road trip. I want to go full scale airplane, suitcase, sandals, feet on the beach, that type of vacation. That's a vacation. Rent an Airbnb or rent a hotel. What's on your bucket list besides Brazil? Oh, well, Mexico's also that. Greece. Hold on, wait. I'll check what you have, what you sent, as well. CCD, just a sec. So yeah, I want to go to Greece as well. Just the overall. Again, I'm a very big fan of aesthetic. I love aesthetic, and just the overall vibrancy of Greece as well. Like I want to go to mainly like the places within like the tropical regions. Like I know Greece isn't exactly. I guess it actually is. I don't know. Let me view a map. I'm horrible at geography. There, I fully admit it. I'm horrible at geography. Just places that are near or close to the equator. And I say that, and Greece is like way far than the goddamn equator. And there goes my heater. Let's have some more of that tea. Still a little hot. It's like at that transitioning point from hot to warm. Just saying, if you want a tropical vacate, if you want tropical, go to Hawaii. That's also like on my radar. But the thing is, like, plane tickets are so freaking expensive. One second, folks. Okay, so there we go. I'm back. Um, yeah, so Hawaii is definitely one of them. I'm just so in love, mesmerized, and everything. And I promise, if I do end up traveling in 26 or maybe even 27 or 28, I will bring you guys along for the ride. I'll be probably doing a travel vlog, maybe hosting some live streams while I'm there. It'll be great. That's what I want to do. But right now, if I'm choosing one place, it's hands down Rio. That's where I want to go most. If you were paid $1 million to go to your favorite country, would you do it? Oh, of course. I absolutely would. Like, absolute no hesitation. Like, you don't even have to ask me twice. Least favorite. Um, It's kind of hard to pick a least favorite. I mean, I've seen enough travel videos to mainly like from Arab, which is like one of my favorite YouTube channels, to like see the most dangerous and um just out, I guess, more lower ranking of like people's choices in terms of like countries. Let's see. That's a good question. Damn it, that has to be an Ask Me series episode. Well, that is when I bother doing them again. But as for now, I'm still here, hanging around, right in my abode with my cats. All these little furry little scamps that are constantly, what has been your favorite trip so far? My favorite trip, I would honestly say when we went to the Rocky Mountains. It was like one time, but I do remember parts of it. It was like a long time ago. I think even before I started YouTube, which in itself has been like a long time. That's fun. Have you been to Disney? Regardless if you're asking about Disneyland or Disney World, no. I want to go, but I'm more interested in, I'm probably going to get a bit of hate for this, but Universal actually. I guess they just have more IPs that I'm into. Like, no hate towards Disney, but for every IP they have, there's probably like five other IPs that Universal has that attract my attention more. Like, what would I rather go see? The Disney princesses or the damn How to Train Your Dragon meet and greets? I know, a bit of an unfair comparison, but I love Jurassic Park. So, Jurassic Park is such a fun, like, just overall great series. I haven't seen the latest one, which was Rebirth. I kind of want to see it because it was made by the same guy who literally got me into Godzilla. Gareth Edwards. He directed the 2014 Godzilla film, and he also did Rogue One. I think is that the one that he did? Yeah, Rogue One, a Star Wars story from 2016. Only caveat with Rogue One is that um, that caused him to drop out of Godzilla 2, which, oh, imagine what that would have looked like. A Gareth Edwards directed Godzilla 2. Michael Dougherty stepped in. He's the director of Krampus and Trick or Treat. It's really good. The park, because I hope it is. I know there's like a part with the Mosasaurus where it like actually splashes you. I know in the grand scheme of things it seems pretty basic, but it's just so fun just actually seeing these creatures that you see on screen, I guess just in a bigger screen, but I don't know, it feels weird, okay? It feels so weird actually seeing them in person like that. I also want to go to Halloween Horror Nights one year. I know this year already happened, and like freaking FNAF took over the whole thing. Because, like, let's be real, half of the revenue they received this year was because of FNAF. Because, like, you've seen the TikToks, you've seen the YouTube videos of the wait times, you've seen the all the merch that was sold at the stores, you see all the people cosplay, you see all the lineups themselves, all just to see what amounts to like what 5 minutes of like basic scares. Not trying to downplay it, but aside from like the iconography of FNAF, it's like you come to be scared, and I know that like I've seen the video of like the full house. It's not really that scary. I mean, I'll admit that the kid actors, like the makeup that they have, like with the eyes, those were actually very kind of like horrifying a little bit. But aside from that, there really wasn't a lot of scary stuff. There's like a lot of flashing lights and like the animatronics just kind of doing their thing, like swiping at you and making all these loud noises. But that's not really what made, I guess this also applies to the films, but that's not what makes FNAF scary. FNAF was scary in its first few games because of the static movements, the dead expressions, the low lighting. And when their eyes did glow, they only glowed a tiny little dot, not like these blaring light beacons. Cause like, oh, hold on. I also live on a street with a dead end. Just trying to think. Sorry, going. Drink some more of that tea. I promise this one won't spill on me this time. Anywho, um, the actual scariness of FNAF, like the actual horror factor, was just seeing how motionless and expressionless they were. Chica, especially, was the biggest victim of it. Half the time, you couldn't even see Freddy. And I feel like that's what the movie and I guess Halloween Horror Nights itself got wrong. Was that while they did get the design and the looks and all the fan service right, the main problem was just the horror aspect was severely lacking. And I understand that like people will say, "Oh, well, it's for children." And like I kind of understand that. Hon, I wonder how they got the idea to start fanfare. I think it's just really just because Scott wanted it to be that way. Oh, hold on. How they got the idea to start FNAF. Oh, I actually know the story. Scott Cawthon, the creator of FNAF, made a previous game which was like about like a bunch of beavers, but he uses a very old modeling software for his games. And when the game came out, a critic was like, "Oh, these things look like horrifying animatronics." And so Scott actually decided to use that for his next game and make it about scary animatronics. And he releases it, and the rest is history. It goes viral, everyone starts playing it, looking at it, uh, and it just explodes to what it is today. So that's like kind of like it's a lot more detailed than that, but like that's just the general overview of how FNAF became to be. Oh, cool. I phrased that like that's like that's sarcastic. Oh, cool. Look on that. There we go. But nowadays you're seeing all the memes around FNAF. I'll be honest, I'm more of like a casual fan of FNAF. Like I don't follow each and every game. I know of the games. Um I have played a lot of them, but what makes me a casual fan is that I pretty much follow like a large piece of a large majority of the media that gets put out for FNAF. Like I do follow the latest games now. I do follow the latest films, all the latest news that comes out. I'm also trying to eye on getting the new Jazzwares Endo series figures, which are basically like screen accurate Freddy and Withered Freddy figures, which like thank God we're finally getting those of the Withereds. Because not even Funko with like 10 years with the license did anything with the Withereds beyond, I think, just doing the Funko Pops and the like those little mystery minis. But aside from that, they didn't really do much with the Withereds. So thank goodness Jazzware steps in and immediately makes The Withers. I need to go now. Bye. Peace out, man. It's been nice talking to you. Hope you come back next time. Because I do want to start doing these a little frequently. And there goes the heater. But yeah, I guess I just literally started rambling about FNAF. If that's at all interesting to anyone. Because I don't know how many FNAF fans we actually have. Not even just on stream, but on the channel itself. From what I know, FNAF 2 does come out on streaming, or digital, in December 23rd, I think the date is. But I could be wrong about that. Something I've also been considering doing, actually for a little while, is I'm just going to throw this idea on the table. I'm not guaranteeing this will happen. But a Matthew T.O.S.G merch store. Hell yeah. I've always kind of liked the idea of like selling merch of like my different shows and whatnot, the ones that are more like my original IP, as opposed to like things like Tabgus. I mean, I could do Kong, because like Kong is public domain and has been for the last, oh god, like 60, 70 years. Actually, no, that's a little too high. I think like 50, 60 years is the benchmark. Because the original 1932 novel is actually, they forgot to renew it, and it's lapsed. I can use it. You can use it. Make your own King Kong TV show or something. I think the only caveat is that you have to call it Kong, not King Kong, because Universal still owns the trademark to King Kong. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. The whole copyright thing with Kong is just this whole other bread and butter that has definitely gone stale by now. Best way of putting it. But still, bottom line is, if you call it Kong and you have a big gorilla, you can use it. That is perfectly legally allowed. Also, you guys can chat in the live chat. I'm going back and forth between working on my script and seeing the live chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the ASMR keyboard sounds. I think I actually one time like actually did do a ASMR video, but like frick, it wasn't even meant to be an actual ASMR video. I literally just did, "Hi guys," and then I like friggin' played on my 3DS. There we go. All right, let's just pull this up. You know, the best part about writing your scripts, or at least writing in general, is that each and any idea that you have in your head, you can immediately jot down and kind of later decide, is that worth keeping in? Maybe not. But as for the idea I just came up with, I think you guys are going to like it when it comes out. I guess it really all depends on like how well I execute it. But I mean, can you blame me? I'm a one single guy, no budget, no crew. I remember like one time on TikTok, I posted a clip of my plus show, and someone was just like, "SML is better" or something. Like, that's kind of an unfair comparison, right? SML is a full team of people, well, more specifically, I guess a friend group, but still a full team of people who have one person running, other people puppeteering the plushies and the puppets as they go, multiple different actors, and probably different editors, writers, whatever. So basically, they have a full team versus me, who's been doing this for the past nine to nearly 10 years and doesn't have any of that. I don't have the money, I don't have the fame that they do. I'm just one person with a channel with a few thousand subscribers, and I just do this stuff for fun. That's not really a fair comparison. So, of course, one show is going to end up winding up better than the other. That's good. It's good tea. see how many pages we're at. All right, so we're almost done. Sorry if I'm not being very talkative. Of course, I'm still writing the script as per usual. All right, there we go. Just a little bit more touching up to do. But you know what? I think at this point it's kind of well, of course it is kind of getting a little late. So I'm gonna go ahead and end off the stream here. I do so hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe. especially if you have you're still here, which I don't know if anyone is. I haven't actually checked the live count yet. Let's see. We got 3 people in here. Not too bad, not too bad. Um, should I keep it going? Probably not. I mean, I do want to also kind of get up to bed soon, so. Anyways, that's gonna have to about do it for this stream. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video and live stream. Peace out, everyone.